everyone, today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the iRobot Roomba Combo i5. If you're interested in this vacuum cleaner and mop, or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. So how does the Combo i5 stack up against the competition? Well, we'll be comparing it not only within iRobot's lineup, but with the over 50 RoboVacs and mops that we've personally tested here in the studio. So first up, we like to look at a couple of key indicators to see how good of a job it's going to do in the real world with deep cleaning. The first one is max suction power, but unfortunately, this information is not published and readily available by iRobot, so it's still a mystery, but if I had to guess, it would be below the average, which is 4,000 PAs. Next, you'll see max CFM. This score, just like PAs, the higher, the better, the more powerful, and hopefully the better of a job your vacuum will do cleaning. Judging off of this CFM score is why I believe our PA score would be lower than the average, just like our CFM scores are lower than the average. So the i5 coming in at 2.6, the brand average is 3.7. That's skewed higher thanks to the J9 and the S9 vacuums. Compared to all tested, you'll see we're about half the average here. The average coming in close to 7, and we're closer to 3.5 for iRobot, and then we're even below the average by 50% for the i5. Good news is, though, doesn't matter with deep cleaning. This Roomba scored fantastic, got a 90 out of the best possible score of 100. The brand average is 89, so we're right at that brand average. The overall average is only 86. So even though we were below the CFM value substantially, you'll see it didn't matter because iRobot has some tricks up its sleeve, and thanks to the AeroForce cleaning system on this particular i5 unit, it was able to overcome that. They found ways to use their roller system to its advantage where they don't have to provide as much PA or CFM like other vacuums do. Next, battery life. Let's talk about battery life. This is hit or miss on if this information is available, and we're getting conflicting results for this particular vacuum. It's probably 75 to 100 and some minutes, maybe 90 minutes of runtime with this particular unit. So ours ran, I think, right about 70 minutes or so, and then went back home to recharge. So we left that value out. The brand average is usually around 100, but that skews higher for some of their top-end models that get that 90 minutes or beyond. So the overall average is 150 minutes. Your Roomba is going to be below that average, but the good news is these vacuums are smart. So these Roombas know they can go back home, recharge, and continue on with their clean. So it's kind of not really that big of a deal. Next, let's talk about bin capacity. Very standard bin here, just like your other iSeries devices. So we have 400 milliliter dust bin. If you get the version that self-empties, this doesn't really matter at all, but you tend to see a larger capacity for versions that don't. Overall average 380 for iRobot, and overall average across all 50 plus RoboVacs we've tested, 420, so well within range. Next, water tank capacity, also measured in milliliters, 210. This seems to be standard on your combo units. Brand average is 300, but that's because those BravaJets skew it higher. Typically, you'll see right at that 210 milliliter mark. Overall average across all RoboVacs and models that we've tested, 260 milliliters. And last but not least, let's talk about cost. So this helps us understand where the i5 fits in iRobot's lineup as well as the overall tested. So that overall tested includes the lowest possible vacuums and models and the highest Ferrari caliber vacuums and models with all different feature sets, self-empty, non-self-empty, all that good stuff. Mopping, no mopping, you get the idea. So within iRobot's brand lineup, very, very affordable, but you are not getting a self-empty base with this vacuum. Just standard charging, and you pick up the mopping tank and module, but very aggressive pricing for this vacuum when you consider iRobot's overall brand average. And we're still right close to maybe 100-ish, couple $100 less than the average tested, but usually at that average price point that you're seeing, you will pick up a self-empty base. So although technically the i5 does have mopping and great cleaning and decent navigation, it's technically more expensive if you consider the true average that's giving us a self-empty base that we're not getting with the regular i5. That would then bump this price up to or beyond the overall typical RoboVac average.